Those are the silent thoughts. Like, is it me thinking, or what is those thoughts? This was so fucking interesting because it was one that almost flew by me. Like, almost flew by me, and it was so silent in my head. But it was in my head.
This is on my repost.
Now, what he's talking about, and I've done this practice before, that is basically asking the question to your mind. This is when you have like monkey mind or whatever, and you're trying to meditate or whatever. There's a way that you could use it. That you say, oh, what am I going to think next? And then your mind doesn't think, like it doesn't have nothing to say. And how he explained it is because like it's like, oh shit, they caught me, like, and now I gotta, like, you know, whatever. So that's the whole thing that he's talking about in this whole video, that ask the question, oh, what am I gonna think next? And it will quiet your mind, right? And that's the idea. Now, I've done this before, and it did quiet my mind for some time, but I ran across this video, and then I did it, and this is a new discovery that just happened, that I'm just like, this is why I do stuff, random stuff, and I do it because of this. It makes me go into something else and now investigate that. Like, it opens my mind to what I've been trying to like work on, but I just haven't gotten to it. Okay, let me explain. So when I asked that question, I asked, oh, what am I gonna think next? And I stood, and it was quiet. But when I caught myself already thinking again, I was like, oh, I could use this while I'm meditating and stuff like this. But I thought that after when I asked the question, oh, what am I thinking? So that tells me that my mind was not quiet. My mind, in fact, was not quiet. That's the underneath thing that people don't even notice when they're thinking. When they say you have so many thoughts throughout a day and you don't even notice, those are the ones. Like, I didn't notice. I thought my mind was quiet, but it was not. When I started thinking again, I felt, I don't know how to explain it really, but I felt that I was like, when my mind was quiet, that I was like, oh, I was wondering if I could use this through meditation. And if I'm wondering, that's me thinking. Like, so those are the silent thoughts. And that was trippy because like all that this didn't quite work for me right now, but it worked in a different way. So that's one of those things that I was actually talking about, like in another video, that don't be fixated on the form, because then you're gonna miss it. If I would have been fixated on the form being quiet, it wouldn't have hit me of oh, I was wondering what I was supposed to, my mind was supposed to be quiet. I wouldn't have done that because I was fixated on my mind being quiet. You know, I wouldn't have caught that, but I caught that. So don't be fixated on something. And sometimes when you do a practice, the practice is it taps into something else in you, and that's how life works. There are things that you're gonna see and you're gonna do and you're gonna go by, but it's for you to catch it in a different way. So that was fucking interesting, because that is now we have a lot of different journeys, a lot of different paths, a lot of different discoveries that we want to discover, a lot of different things we want to understand. And one of the things for me was like, all the thoughts, like, is it me thinking, or what is those thoughts and stuff like that. But this was so fucking interesting because it was one that almost flew by me, and it was so silent in my head, but it was in my head. So I didn't do a lot of research yet to know like it, like subconscious, conscious, is it mind, is it what, but I still haven't. But it was just so funny that I caught that. And yeah, it was just to say, don't be fixated on one form, because there's things that you're gonna be doing that is for a different reason. So that was awesome.